y'all.
What you say? Grab your blunts, grab your bongs, whatever you need, cause it's
High Times with Brook.
And there it is.
This money be coming in large amount. I just got some racks on my bank account. I just got some head from a thirsty bitch. I'm talking to they gon' search the whip.
Welcome back. We have a guest today. I am so excited because this is my first guest that I don't really know. Like, stranger vibes, but it's okay.
First day meeting her.
Yes, but good vibes so far. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, Adrian. But you got a nickname.
Yeah, so like she said, my name is Adrian. But for the ones who know me, most people call me A-Mob, Mr. Always Move on Business. And that's what whatever you do, whatever your business look like, just always move on it. And don't let nobody affect that or change that up.
So how did you? Okay. First off, I want to say I appreciate you for even wanting to come on my podcast because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I looked at his Instagram and I'm like, this a suit and tie type. Like, I thought, you know, I was like, hey, can I cuss around him? Like, I really like whatever you do on your media, you doing it right. Cause like, I take you serious. You
That's how it's
feel me?
supposed to be. Cause I always move on business.
On business.
You gotta really become the brand that you push.
Yes. So what is it that you do? Cause I done heard real estate, funding, music. What do you do? Everything?
Man, listen. If I don't do it, I know somebody that do it. So
okay.
to explain the question in the most simplest form, like you said, I do funding. I own a consulting company where we do credit repair, business structuring, personal and business funding. But overall, I'm a facilitator. If I can help you in any way, shape, or form, my reach is so far that if you come to me and you're like, hey, this is something that I need help with, if I don't know it, I'm going to be able to point you in the right direction and put you with exactly who knows it. I'm the resource.
So how did you become the resource? Like,
by getting in the rooms. Like any entrepreneur event that I could go to, I always went. And I never thought that I was bigger than nobody. Like, I'm a human. I can hang around people who have absolutely nothing. And then in my main circle, I'm the little dog in my circle. And that's how you grow. So it's like you have to be able to adapt to any situation.
So, like, you said you was the little man in your circle. So, like I said just previously, you seem official to me. Like, so you saying you still learning?
Because so when we hear the little dog, and I could have cut it off as soon as I said that. A lot of people get insecure when they find out that they the little dog. Like, nah, if you the biggest person in your room or in your crowd, you in the wrong crowd. Like, I'm hanging around people that's doing 6 figures a month. I'm doing swell. I ain't gonna get into my numbers, but like I'm around people that's doing 6 figures a month. Like, I was just in Dallas and 2 of my business partners, really my brothers for real, hit $1 million in sales. So the little dog in my room look completely different than the little dog in other rooms. But at the end of the day, that don't make me bigger than nobody else.
Period.
I just, you know, I sacrifice and I put the work in and day out.
That's humble. That was some real humble shit. And I don't really come across a lot of humble people. Like, I get around a lot of people who got money, who flaunt it, who throw it. And, you know, you got a nice appearance, you know, but you ain't coming here trying to, you know, throw it in nobody's face, nothing like that. Like, that's real humble of you. I love that. I come
from humble beginnings. Like,
okay.
And one thing that I know is, like, I'm only where I'm at because God is using me as a tool and a resource. And if I start to feel like I'm bigger than the process or the program, I'm going to lose it all.
You believe in God?
I definitely do.
Okay. I love that. Did you go to college?
So my college story is crazy. So I went to Columbus State because I heard that they was giving out refund checks. And one of the homies pulled up in a Beamer. And I ain't going to say that bro was doing bad, but it's like at this age that we was at then, we weren't making enough for bro to pull up in no Beamer. And none of our credit good. So he pull up in a Beamer and he overly fresh. So I'm like, yo, what you doing? He like, bro, the school just gave me this. And then we was watching this video. I can't remember what video we was watching, but they had like 4-wheelers and all that in the video. This back in 2015. And I'm like, bro, if they giving out cheese like that, like we need to go to school. Everybody need to go get a bag and we need to dump into something. So my cousin and I'm like, bro, listen, let's make a motorcycle club. Right? Dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, whatever you want to do.
You got a motorcycle?
I got 2 bikes.
Boy.
But I went to college only to get a check so I could buy a motorcycle. And I was the only nigga out the group who ended up buying a bike to this day. To this day. Them niggas played me. And I went in debt behind that.
Okay. What did they do with their money? You know what they did?
Them niggas didn't even sign up.
Shut up. You did. Oh.
Listen, I was going to Columbus State. And I'm like the first 3-4 weeks. My first class every day, I'm asleep the whole class.
Stop.
And I'm waking up confused. But I'm waking up confused like I don't even know where I'm at because I'm doing a whole lot outside of school. And I'm not a whole lot of productive stuff. I'm just doing a whole lot. And I only went to get a check. So it wasn't like I never wanted to be a scholar. I never really cared to be too book smart as long as I could learn a lot of life lessons. But now where I'm at, like I'm an information junkie. I love knowledge.
Did you even go for business or
no?
Stop.
I can't even tell you what I went to school to major in. Like,
stop it.
I signed up.
Okay.
And they gave me $7,500.
Ooh, okay, that was some good all at once.
What?
Stop.
And
they still do that?
I don't know, but I ain't had no financial literacy then. That shit was going in like 30 days.
Whoa, that's so crazy.
Spent $3,500 on a bike immediately.
Did you even know how to ride it?
Nope.
Stop.
YouTube University. You want to be great? It ain't no excuse. YouTube got everything you want to learn.
You telling me you learned how to ride a motorcycle on YouTube, and you got on that thing and said Zoom.
My good friend that you know will tell you.
You crazy as hell. That's y'all. Hold on, because we can't even skip over that because I know everybody heard it. If you watch this, you know she be cussing me out about my phone. I had to shout that out real quick.
Oh, she just broke protocol?
Broke it so bad.
Because that's what time I normally come here. So I wasn't even thinking to
oh my goodness, that was
okay.
That was great. That was great. That was great to see. You know, play as fuck up. Like that's all that was. It's okay. Before she don't make mistakes though. She's damn near perfect. Like who made her for real? But back to what we was talking about. You was talking about saving. See, I just got like, and I know you're so like knowledgeable. I just have so many questions. So I just feel like my brain is just like all over the place. Cause okay, let's just start off with my first question. Okay. When you went to college and all of that, this was before you even.
Listen, this is before a lot. Like when I was going to college, I ain't even really value life then. Like in all transparency.
Was you working?
I would get warehouse jobs just to get a check. I worked for like 2 weeks.
Okay. And
then I quit because it was like I had other things going on outside of that. To where it was like I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna be straight. But I ain't never just been a slouch to just sit around and be broke. Okay. Like if I wasn't gonna do nothing else, I was gonna get some type of money.
Okay. And I was, I did my little research. I watched that podcast. What are they called again?
STB.
Okay. Shout out to them because
secure the bag.
Yes, that was real well put together. I love that. I'm gonna be watching some more of their videos because I rocked with your flow and everything. Yes, I would love to. That's so crazy you said that because earlier today I was watching a podcast because I do watch podcasts and some girls that I watched their podcast was a guest on another show and I'm like, one day I want to be a guest coming on like, High Times with Brook on your podcast. So you just saying that's like, oh, you putting it in the air. Thank you.
Thank you.
But I was watching that and I seen that you definitely do or did work like a lot of jobs coming to where you are. So
I had 30 jobs by the time I was 24. Like for real, about the time I was 22. But then I worked at the hospital for like 2 to 3 years, and I was like I'm not gonna say that was my last job because I'll be lying, but that was the job that I quit when I jumped into entrepreneurship, and I jumped into wholesaling, and
Okay.
I was doing great, but then we hit a dry patch. So when we hit that dry patch, I end up going to get a little warehouse job for like 3 to 4 weeks, and during that 3 to 4 weeks, it was so humbling because I knew that I wasn't supposed to be back in this position. So I told myself, like, yo, when you leave this job, like, God willing, you never going back to work for nobody else.
And that's you talking about children's?
No, not after I quit Children's. Like
Okay.
6 months later,
Okay.
I had to go work at a DSW warehouse.
Okay. Okay.
And what make it so crazy about that was my second warehouse job ever. Like when I first started working. So to be back in that position and to see life come full circle, it was like, it showed me if you keep fumbling your blessings, like you gonna end up right back where you started at.
Yeah. And that just don't feel that don't feel
good.
yeah, it don't feel good at all. And that's what's so crazy because that's low key like what I did. Like I bought my house. I'm like, oh, I'm cool. You know, I bought my house right before COVID, literally right before COVID.
Equity
And,
double.
man, right before COVID. So I'm like, oh shit, like, all right, bet. So, boom. I quit my job because I knew, you know, I was pretty cool. I was going to figure something out. At the time, I wanted to do nails. And I still do nails, but just not as much as I did. Just because I've just been focusing on this. But nails coming soon again. But I stopped doing nails and I'm like, all right, maybe I need some. I went through like a little like rough patch, like my grandma passed and just a bunch of stuff was going on. Yeah, life started lifing crazy. So I started working at Upstart and I worked at Upstart for about 1.5 years and I'm like, I'm bored. I cannot. And I work from home. I went into the office a few times, but it wasn't fulfilling and I couldn't take that no more. So I just went out on a limb and I'm just like, look, I'm going to leave y'all on good terms before I start acting bad and just, you know, performing bad. And I quit to go coach because I cheered in high school and stuff like that. So it's something that I love to do. I've been coaching for almost 1 year now. While I did take a pay cut, I can say like I'm so much more happier.
It show you though, like, money really ain't what people praise it to be.
Yeah.
Because during this entrepreneurship journey, like, I done been up. I'm talking about overly up and depressed. Like at a low spot. And it showed like money really can't buy or solve certain problems. So
how old would you say you was when like everything jumped off?
I mean, you gotta elaborate what you mean by
jumped off from funding. So you said you wholesale first and then you went to the funding?
So I was wholesaling for 2 years. So I got into that at like 24.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that from 24 to 26. And May, for real, like, what year is this? 24?
Yeah, I'll be forgetting too.
Like November of 22, my business partner T, he ended up giving me that course when I went back to that warehouse job. It was like November, December, somewhere around there. And then coming into 2023, like I was just locking in with that. And come April, he ended up like paying for a mentor for me to teach me how to structure businesses. And he was like, now I'm going to pay it forward, but our first 10 clients, you ain't making $1 off of it. Like, so you going to learn from experience and you going to pay me back. So I was 1,000% cool with that. And then come June of 23, I got my very first funding client. And here we are a year later, over 7 million funded. We did 4 million just alone this year in funding clients.
Stop.
Yeah, so I really didn't have any hiccups until this year. Like, man,
that was my next question. I was about to say, was there ever a point where you was like, I fucked up, I messed up, like?
So anything that went bad during funding, like the crazy part is, like I've done little things that might have got somebody denied when I was first learning. But man, we was messing with this one bank and a client ended up basically getting on the phone with the bank, saying too much, and they end up reversing like 30 applications because the client said too much. And my business partners will vouch, even my clients will vouch. Like when stuff started going bad, I did everything on my behalf to make it right with all my other clients.
Okay.
But when that happened for like 2 to 3 weeks, man, I was like so depressed. Like I was calling business partners like, yo, bro, I'm about to quit this. I got to find something else to do. I ain't about to rock with funding no more, because I felt like me trying to help in a positive way affected people in a negative way.
So what turned it around that you was like,
I just stayed at it.
okay.
And I understood, like I really had to, because I'm hard on myself when things go bad. I had to like really remind myself, like, yo, it wasn't your fault. You didn't do nothing. Like a client just got on the phone. He said some stuff that you couldn't control. And it just made everything go sour.
So when you were saying like you do like funding, you said personal and business. So it's like, what is the funding for? Like what?
That's the beauty of it. You got good credit, or if your credit bad and you want to fix it, and I help you with it. When you get the funding, you can use it for whatever. Do I advise that? No. I got a client, it's like $245,000 in funding. He got an American Express card where the limit was over $90,000. And he ended up swiping that card to go buy a cargo van so he could start a transportation company.
Okay. So using it for good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I get other clients who like just ball out, and once I hear that you start doing stuff like that, I ain't gonna be mad at you because it's your money.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna keep reaching out though, because after a while, like money don't fix money problems. It actually create more problems. You ain't gonna blame me for your life going bad.
So you can like give people funding like over and over, not give, but like, you know.
Where I'm at now, it's like I got access to over 50 banks.
What?
So it's like where I was at, even when I did the STB Network podcast, like we done blew past that in the matter of 2-3 months just from staying in these rooms and buying information.
So okay, so me personally, I done funded my podcast all by myself. This is all me and Kai. Like we literally, this is just a 2-man band right now. So like for somebody who is trying to expand or wanted to do funding, like maybe one day I want to have my own studio and just different things like that. Like, or like with my coaching, like I want to have my own cheer gym at some point in my life. Like, how do you go about even starting out on something and like
you reach out to me
through?
Okay. You reach out to me.
Okay.
That's it. We make the process as simple as possible.
So are you like low key like a financial advisor
No.
type thing? No.
Of course
Okay.
not.
Okay.
You need licenses and certifications to do stuff like that.
Okay.
I just consult people and let them know what I did to get to where I'm at.
Okay.
And I look at their credit profile to see how their profile looks. And if it looks similar to mine, then I can direct you to do the same thing that I did.
Okay. So when you first started, did you have good credit?
No. So 2 years ago is when I started building my credit. My credit was a 447.
Okay.
Now we linger between like 730 to 770.
Okay. That's what's up. Like, not a lot of people your age is doing that. So like, to be there, do you have do you have any next steps, like what you want to do like in your life?
Man, so that's the crazy thing. Like I'm still figuring that part out. I know my goal is to retire by the time I'm 35. So we got like 6 years, 7 years, something like that.
How many kids you got?
3.
3. How old is your oldest?
8.
And youngest?
2.
I might as well ask for the middle.
She 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my dog.
So all girls?
No, so my son is the oldest, and then I got 2 girls.
Okay. Okay. So how do you do everything that you do and still with your kids?
So that's the thing. Like it's certain areas in my life that I gotta step up in more.
Okay.
I talk to my kids frequently. I see my son frequently. My daughters just moved to Atlanta, but before they moved, I seen them frequently, right? So I've been in the process of traveling and things of that sort. But and y'all gonna hate me for this. Like where I'm at right now, it's like the work that I put in the next 5 years, even if I'm
He
just
about to get me riled up,
if
y'all.
I'm catching up, if I'm seeing my kids, let's just say once a week, somebody has to change what's going on. Like, I'm not mad that my kids moms have regular jobs. That's all we were taught.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little easier for y'all to be there, but it's a little harder because it's like, well, maybe dad should be there 4 or 5 days out of the week. But what I'm doing is, in the next 5 years, I'm gonna take this so far to where my kids are gonna be able to be with me full time. Because my goal is when my son get to, 8th grade, 9th grade, I want my son to come live with me.
Okay.
I want to start teaching my son real life skills that high school don't teach. And I'm gonna let him go to high school, but then when he come home, we're gonna have our own curriculum so he can decipher the difference between the two.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do the same with my girls as well. But right now it's like I'm working. Dad gonna see y'all. Whatever y'all want, dad gonna send the money through. But right now, dad is working. So y'all can have a life that I never had.
And you know what? I understand that. That's just like any other dad who work in construction and gotta be gone all day and don't get home till late at night and they only see their dad on the weekends and stuff like that. I understand stuff like that because I at first I'm like, but just because of things that I've seen, you know, I've seen parents saying they doing this and they doing that and they not doing nothing. You know, so if you gonna be absent or not even absent, just not there as often, it gotta be for a reason. Because if it ain't, I don't rock with it.
And to know me is to know like I'm a dad for real, like in real life, like I'm very much involved in my kids' lives, right? But it's certain things where I know like, yo, in this area you slacking. Like it's 7 days out of the week. 1 or 2 days might not suffice for these kids because kids don't understand money, and I get that.
Yeah.
So that's the whole reason why I said this. So if my kids do feel away in 6-7 years, we can go back and look at this video so y'all can understand. Like my LLC name, everything is all branded behind y'all. Like I don't care about how nobody else feel. I work 16, 17-hour days. Like I get up, literally I get up at 7 in the morning. I start working by 8. I do my team meeting with my employees. From 9 to 11:30, 12 at night, I'm working. And then some nights come 12 o'clock, that's when I'm just now starting to do funding. So it don't stop for me.
And see, earlier we was on the phone, you talking about, y'all, I thought this was so funny. He was like, I'm tired. I'm about to drink me a Sprite to wake up. I'm like, did he just say a Sprite? Like, I said, Sprite is crazy. He said, I don't drink coffee. I don't do caffeine. Water, for real.
Water.
So it's like, how the hell you stay up? How can you even function off of that? Like, I get grinding and being, in that mode, but that's like a mode for real.
I mean, since I was in 2nd, 3rd grade, like, I had this vision of the big houses, the fancy cars, the jewelry, like, something higher put that on my spirit. So with me knowing that since I was a kid, like we can't rest until we get that. And even then when we get that, it's like the work just get a little different. We just transition. Like right now, I'm trusting the process and I'm sticking to it. Don't nothing else really matter. We're gonna sleep soon, but we working.
See, but don't you feel like everybody had that? When I was younger, I wanted to be a princess and, just wanting to be in the castles and just all of that. Like, I feel like everybody wants to have money and wants to have the luxury and stuff like that when they get older. But, like, what really got you?
So mine was different. When we was going to the library as kids in school, like I was grabbing books with the world's most expensive cars and things like that. Like I wasn't just thinking this stuff
You
and playing.
Dedicated.
Like I'm reading this stuff. I'm looking up big houses. Once we start being able to use Google and stuff like that on the computers, like I want to see what the best houses look like. I love MTV Cribs, like
Me too.
Because
I love Pin My Rides, all of that, like that ate.
Because like we stayed in an apartment.
Yeah.
Like, and my mom and dad did they damn best job. Like, life was good for me. It wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
But it was like, oh no, I want it to be to a point where, like, if my whole family want to live in my house, we can have a compound.
Okay.
So it wasn't just that I wanted money. It was like, no, I want to change everything. I want to change the whole dynamic of where I come from.
Okay. I love that. So, like, What are some things like when you was grown up? Cause okay, you don't do like you don't smoke, you don't drink, right? Have you ever?
I did.
You did. You which
Yeah.
one? Both or
Both. Well, I got drunk one time. I was like 14 years old, and I got overly drunk, and like I was throwing up all type. I was standing outside trying to pee. I fell backwards.
Oh
Got
man.
piss all on me. Like, but then one of my friends, he like, yo, bro, you gotta tighten up. And I'm like, yo, you one of the only people I'm gonna get drunk with. A couple weeks after that, bro, end up getting killed. So like I always been big on promises, and that's one that I kept. I done broke some promises for sure, because I know there's gonna be some people out there like, man, that nigga done lied to me. But certain promises, like, they just go far away.
Damn.
I started smoking weed when I was 9. I grew up very quick.
9.
Them was just the influences that I had around, and my family, no, at least the ones who was with me, right? But then I stopped smoking my junior year because I just had a little
of
bad
high
trip.
school.
Yeah.
So out of your whole adult, because I feel like 20, we can just say 20, 18, 19, those teenagers. Your whole 20s, you ain't drank, you smoke, nothing.
I done had a little shot here and there. I don't like it. It's all nasty.
Okay.
But when I was 14, I got diagnosed with anxiety.
Okay.
So like when I got diagnosed with anxiety, my mom took me to a doctor. The doctor ended up prescribing me Xanax for my anxiety. So from 14 to 21, 22, like I was taking Xanax. I didn't realize that I had a problem until I was 18. So it was like sophomore year, junior year, senior year. Like I was the kid in school passing out pills.
And that's
like,
what I was about to ask you, because I feel like during that time, because we graduated around the same time, that Xans was like crazy. That's what everybody was taking at the time. So like, is that the reason why you noticed you had a problem, or
Nah, so it would be like me off Xans compared to the next person off Xans was different. Like,
right.
I was functional.
Because you've been taking them.
Because I've been taking them. But then one day, like, I was like 20, irresponsible. My mom would book my appointments for me still. That's why I love my mom. But I missed the appointment, and I ended up running out of medicine. And I couldn't get in for like 10 days. So I was having like overly bad withdrawals. And then I was like, oh, I don't never want to feel like this. But even then, it still took me 2 years after that before I really could get off of them.
Stop. Wow. So like, what was the breaking point to just get off of them?
So during COVID, I ended up lacerating a tendon in my thumb in 3 places.
What?
So I had to get my thumb rebuilt. And while I was in the hospital, they didn't give me Xanax. They had me hooked up to an IV. And they was just pushing fluid through me while I was waiting for surgery. And like I was home 3 days after I was home, I realized like, oh, I ain't been anxious. I ain't took his in. And then once I said that, my brain started tweaking like, oh, you anxious, you need one. But I was like, nah, this is exactly what I needed. I ain't took one. I ain't gonna take one.
So when you say like you don't have like anxiety?
Oh no, I'll be lying. I'm anxious right now.
Oh.
Like it's just you learn how to deal with it.
Okay.
Medication really ain't the key to everything. Sometimes you just gotta, even when you in rooms like this, you just gotta sit and talk in your head and calm yourself down.
Yeah. And that really is like the root of it is yourself. Like yourself is such a, your mind is such
your
a,
mind is powerful.
So your voice,
like your brain could fry itself if you did the wrong thing.
Oh my goodness. It just even like overthinking sometimes it'd be like, bro, why is my brain doing this? Like the brain really can really just take over and that's why a lot of people be depressed. That's why a lot of people be like,
I don't think that's why a lot of people, I'm not going to say that because y'all going to be like, how you going to tell me why I'm depressed? But I think comparison is why most people be depressed.
That too. I definitely agree with that. And just trying to keep up with the world. Like keeping up with the world is such a hard thing to do in the first place. And then people be trying to keep up with social media and the influencers
And what helped get past that for me at least, because even with me doing a lot, like if you go look at my Instagram, it's like, oh yeah, bro, really doing it. And I'm not just doing it on the internet, I'm doing it in real life. I would feel like I'm not doing enough. But then I have to reflect and remember where I was at 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even a year ago before this jumped all the way off. Like I was broke. Like
Do you look back on that a
all
lot?
the time. I love going through my phone watching old videos of me and my friends, me and my brothers, just me, like where I was at and how far I came. Because if you met me today and I never told you nothing about my past life, like you wouldn't believe where I came from. And I can honestly say, like, I had to go through everything that I went through to sustain and do everything that I'm doing now.
So, like, everything that you went through in life, like, if you could ask your younger self, or not ask your younger self, or tell your younger self anything, like, would you tell them to change anything? Would you tell them to,
This is the reason why this is such a tough question, because it's certain things in my life that I definitely wish that I never did, right? But then it's scary because it's like if I told myself to not do that, I probably wouldn't be who I am. So it's like I don't really have too many regrets, and the ones that I do, they kind of heavy. But I don't really think that I'll do it too much differently. Like it's a couple people who I would have done a little better by. But other than that, like I'd have just told myself, watch the company you keep.
Okay.
And you could still be around them, but you just move a little differently.
Okay. So, do you have a lot of, because, you had said earlier, like, you're the group that you're with, who you do business with. Do you hang out with any of, like, your friends from back in the day, or?
It's a couple that's around.
Okay.
But the crazy part about growth is, like, when you start going up, you start to realize, like, if we all not gonna change, we all can't stay connected. And I've tried to save everybody. Like I could call 30, 40 people on my phone right now, and they'll tell you like anything that I done learned or that I done ever did, I try to put everybody on with.
Yeah.
If you don't apply yourself, then I can't do nothing for you. So now where I'm at, it's like the people who don't apply themselves, they just gotta stay where they at.
And I feel like that. I feel like my knowledge ain't the same as your knowledge, because you really know some things, but like my knowledge on like my life and like perspective on different things that I can speak on, like I feel like people take heed from it a lot. Like just how you said, like you take care of a lot of the people, you are there for a lot of people. I feel like that in the same way. And I had literally just reposted something. It was like, damn, for me to grow, it's crazy how I lost a lot of friends throughout that growth. And it just took for me to grow, just, to see who really about to be there with me. And it's like, damn, I really don't got no friends no more. Like, I'm really...
But then that make you question, like, well, was y'all ever really my friends? Or was we just trauma bonding? Like, you said it's a lot of information that I got. The information is useless when I'm around people who don't care to receive it. So it's kind of like, I know a lot of smart people that's dumb. And I know a lot of unintelligent people that's smart. It's just all about knowing who you need to be for those people that's in your life. And I've tried to be every single person I could be, from like overly supportive on negative stuff to overly supportive on positive stuff. And then I just realized, like, it's some stuff you just can't support.
So how do you like get people to like take the risk, or not even take the risk, but like I take the risk? Because I mean, somebody hearing like, oh, I can get you this much amount of money and funding. People don't be like,
believe it or not, like, I'm not a salesman. If I gotta convince you, I'm not gonna deal with you.
Okay.
Because I've learned, and I took 2 losses this year by convincing people. Like, me telling you, like, oh, no, I could really do this, and then showing you, I got one person $100K and he ran off. Because he was convinced, like, all right, I could get the money. But then he started like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. So paying you might put me in a bad spot. And I was trying to tell him and convince him, like, yo, I can show you what to do with the money because I'm connected to so many people. So now it's like, if you come to me, and I just had to tell a client this yesterday, like, if you come to me and you're not ready, or you unsure, you're uncomfortable, don't call me again. Like, my phone is only for people that's ready to move forward.
And you stand on business.
That's what it's supposed to be.
How do you stick to standing on business?
It's no emotions in it.
At all.
Like it can't be.
Okay.
Like if one of my friends come to me right now and they like, bro, listen, I need to borrow $5,000 and I'm gonna pay you back on this date. I'm probably not gonna kick it with you until we get close to that date, because I don't want you to cloud my judgment and start telling me about your personal issues, and then my heart start to feel bad and be like, oh, you ain't gotta pay me back. No.
Okay, so you deal with like large amounts of money, and that can be intimidating. Well, has it been intimidating?
Nah.
No.
It's
Okay.
like, so this is what I'll say. When I walked in the bank last year and I got my first large amount of funding that I got myself, it was $35,000.
Okay.
I walked in the bank to deposit $1,000 into my account because that's what the lady at the bank told me to do. The bank teller behind the desk gave me the receipt, and the receipt had a ridiculous balance on there. And I was like, I know I ain't supposed to have this much in there. And Adele, Set Fire to the Rain was playing.
What?
Like, that's my song.
I love that. I love that like.
Yeah,
I love that.
When the song come on, it takes me all the way back to it. But like,
stop.
that's my song. Like, I rock with Adele heavy. Period. Can't wait to meet you.
Oh my god.
But
I'm coming.
Like, when I seen the balance on the receipt, like I walked into the head banker's office like, yo, somebody fucked up. Like,
shit, I wouldn't even say nothing.
No, because the last thing that y'all gonna do is take this from me. Like, now, if it was something outside on the street or something, I found it, I'm not saying nothing. Right. This attached to my name.
You right.
Y'all gotta fix this. And she like, oh no, I ain't even get a chance to call and tell you that you got approved. And this was like, this is crazy how life works. When I done got people funded, it's like literally a 48-hour process, right? This was like a 60-day process because I had a freeze on my credit profile that we couldn't get off. What? So literally when they got it off, they pulled my credit and I got approved in less than 12 hours. But I wasn't expecting that. I'm just going in there to deposit some money because I'm like, now I don't have no expectations. I'm probably not going to get approved for this. Once they gave it to me, I was like, oh yeah, we in the game.
So then so is that what like set you off that you knew like, okay, now I can offer this service to people? That,
but also like, I was already dealing with people who needed money. And I was seeing like, even if I ain't got it, and this was back then, I don't got to lie no more. I was telling people like, no, this is how much funding I got myself. Now I got the receipts. I could show you like the type of funding that I got myself. Like, that's full of business cards. But
hold on,
like,
and not business cards like check out my business. Them
no, like real cards, deal, honey. Like, them is, I ain't gonna go through all of them because somebody might try to scam me.
Yeah, but them
is real deal.
Them is swipers, baby. Them is real deals. What? Yeah.
So like, I don't carry cash because if I lose my wallet or like somebody breaking my car, take my wallet, I'm locking all of this. And I'm gonna just get some new cards sent out to me. And this ain't even all of it. But like I was telling people when I was first getting into it, like, yo, this is how much funding that I can get you. And I was already trying with my business partners. I wasn't charging them. Like, they was my guinea pigs and we was seeing that it worked. And I'm like, oh yeah, we here now.
I'm sorry. The amount of cards you got is really getting me right now.
It get overwhelming at times. Like, I got somebody who got a business spreadsheet for me. And like, I hit them every week to be like, yo, what's due? Let me know what bills is due. Because I can't afford to have no late payments.
So how do you like, how do you not overdo it? Because me, if I got it, I'm going to spend it. And that's my problem. So like, what's your advice to me? Because I need help.
How I feel to be broke?
Bad.
Feel bad to be broke?
Horrible.
How I feel to owe somebody $1,000?
Horrible.
So I got a business card in here where the limit is $50,000.
Oh no.
Right? How would it feel to swipe the whole $50,000 off there and then wake up and be like, damn, I got 6 months left to pay that off and you ain't got no plan to do it? How would that feel?
I couldn't do that.
So what about $200K in funding?
Oh my God.
You gotta pace yourself. You gotta know yourself. Like, what I use anytime I done got approved for a high limit business card, like the first thing that I did was purchase, before I went and bought myself something fancy, anything, like I purchased some information. Like I'm 50K invested in knowledge just this year.
Okay.
So
And you know you can make up for it, like you on that path that you know you don't gotta worry about like.
Nah, 50K a lot to pay back.
No. I'm saying like worry about like your mind. I'm saying your mind is there where you don't got to worry about fucking up because you there, you all the way in. Like,
but fucking up a part of the process. Like, God forbid it all go bad today. I'm gonna call my dog. I'm gonna tell my dog send me a invoice for 40 to 50,000. I'm gonna give him 5K for doing it. I'm gonna liquidate all these cards and we're gonna bet on Broke. Like. And we're gonna figure out how to make it work after that. Like that's the thing. Like
so
I don't want to go back. I don't know. I don't. I'm the backup. Like
okay.
I'm gonna bet on me 1,000% of the time. But if it get bad and I need to pull all of this off to invest or do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm never gonna be scared to bet on me.
That's what's up because a lot of people, I be sometimes scared to bet on myself. Like. For real, all this podcast stuff, it was really just we gonna try it. We gonna see where it goes. Here we are now. We 7 months. We started in January, about to be July. So
But how old was you when you bought your house?
23.
Buying a house is one of the biggest commitments that you could do.
And it's hard.
I don't know how much. I have a great speculation because I've done real estate in this area, right?
Yeah.
We don't got to get into hard numbers, but when you get a $250,000 loan, $180,000 loan at 23, 24 years old.
It wasn't a loan.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You ain't even got to get it. We'll talk about that off camera because she got somebody swiping for the greens. Listen. But just buying a house, period, that's a big commitment.
It was, and it was at that age just because it was like, all right, take this money, blow it. Because I know I could have I would have, man, we going to Turks, we going, me and Kai out of here. But I'm like, all right, I got a kid. Let me just buy a house so we don't got to keep worrying about rent or somebody telling us, like, you got to get out or anything like that.
If it ever get bad, sell this motherfucker. Well,
I'm
different, y'all. I'm sorry.
yeah, for sure. But I feel like this is my best investments thus far. But I'm trying to make bigger investments. I don't want to live here. Like I'm not happy. This ain't my type of area. I grew up in Slate Ridge. You know where Slate Ridge is?
I know where Slate Ridge.
Yeah, you feel me? I grew up in them homes. I want to grow. I want to put my daughter in a bigger house than where I used to live, And my mom died when I was 10 days old. So my granny raised me. Okay. So, my granny did a great job of raising me, but it's just so much more that I want to give to my daughter. So it's like, I put a lot on my back for real. And I'm just trying to figure out like, what is my like purpose? What am I about to do? Like, I feel like you done found like your purposes a few times and you know
it's crazy though because it's like I met my mentor, like my real estate mentor, while I was like living a completely different life. And I was doing a whole bunch of stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing, but it was perfect timing. Like God put him there how he needed to. It's not that because I don't even think that I truly found my purpose yet. I just found great skills to utilize that I actually like to implement. Yeah. That just came with financial literacy. But since I was a kid, like I used to say, so my mom tried to do the little homeschooling thing for like 6 months.
Shut up. How
we
old?
was young. Okay. It was like super young. And I don't know why she did it, but she would make me write. And my oldest sister, that's why she my dog, she would do my writing work for me. And I used to be like, I don't need to be good at writing because I'm only going to get paid to cut checks.
How far are you and your older sister?
She like 30 something. She was born 92. I was born 97. Okay. So 5 years. Okay. But she used to do my work for me. And I used to be like, I'm going to get paid to cut checks. And now like when you look at what I'm doing, like I'm kind of getting paid to cut checks.
Oh my God, so, you manifested yourself. So like, whoa.
It's just, it's one of them things to where you're at a position of where you're trying to figure out what finding your purpose looks like. And the crazy thing is, the beautiful part about life is everything always changes. So my purpose today might not be my purpose in 30 days. It's just that's what I was supposed to do at that moment. And you never get too comfortable in what your purpose is, because if I woke up today with it on my heart and someone was like, yo, move out of state and start over, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing while I'm there.
Have you lived out of state before? And are you scared? I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm scared. It's coming soon, though.
My God.
I'm terrified, but it's coming soon, though, because I feel like I'm hitting my ceiling here.
And me too. That's what's so crazy. But I'm already settled. Like, I feel like I'm already, like, implanted here. And I feel, I'm scared to change sometimes in some ways. Like, my cousin, she just moved to Houston just off a whim. And she started from nothing. I just went to go see her in March.
She probably doing great.
I'm so proud of her.
Complacency is where the dreams go to die. When you get comfortable and you no longer care to do better, or you're just thinking and not taking the actions, that's when you start to set in. And the scary part about life is the older we get, the more comfortable we get. So that's why I constantly challenge myself, because I know if I was to just sit down and be okay with just averaging 40 to 50K a month, I wouldn't be living into my full potential when I got a mentor that made $1 million in 1 month.
Yeah.
Like, the beautiful thing about this is seeing is believing, and I'm around people where I can physically see everything that they doing, and I know if they doing it, I can do it.
Okay, so outside of everything that you do, because is it all work? Do you get any playtime? Like,
let some people tell it. I'm always having fun.
Okay.
Let other people tell it. Like, all I do is work. For me, it's kind of like I have fun working. Okay. So when I'm traveling and things like that, most of the time when I'm traveling, I'm working, and yeah, it's fun, but it's also overwhelming. Like, I literally went to Miami at the top of the month, came home, had to get ready for an event, turned around, went to Dallas. I'm 7 days back from Dallas. I had a master class that I was on yesterday. I had to run a table at an event today, and then I'm here at the podcast. So it's like work, work don't stop.
Okay.
But I enjoy what I do. So it's like, for me, fun is knowing that I'm getting results. Fun is knowing that I'm helping somebody better themselves. Or when the world get too chaotic, I go jump on my bike and I just zone everything out.
Okay, so is that, would you say, like, one of your favorite things to do is to get on your bike?
It's so therapeutic. Like, I'm scared of
You
roller
listen to music?
coasters, heights, all that. But on a motorcycle is where I feel the most free.
I can't. I'm so scared of, like, give me a 4-wheeler, because the 2 wheels just don't. I don't even like riding bikes for real, like regular bikes. So, like, motorcycles really be, but I think they're so cool. My daughter's dad, when we was in high school, we used to date. He used to have a dirt bike. We even had, I think we had one at one point. After that, we had a go-kart. Like, I'm into little go-kart stuff like that, but them 2-wheelers, they look cool. I don't even want my daughter to. He be wanting to get her a little mini one. I'm like, hell.
That's where it's at, though. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Everything is dangerous. People get in car accidents. You drive every day.
You can fall.
Yeah,
You're like, yeah.
So it's one of them things where it's like, we can't live too much in fear. Like I said, I hold myself back from a lot. I'm scared of heights. I don't want to feel like I'm falling, doing none of that. So I ain't bungee jumping, skydiving.
Stop.
I'm not doing none of that. Yo,
No roller coasters
nothing.
at all.
Final Destination.
Motorcycle Final Destination. Did you not see the second one?
If I missed it, I missed it. I'm biased. Which you gotta know, like, I'm honest with my biasness.
That's funny. Okay, I like that. So what's most important to you? Like,
for real, this is something that I reflect on all the time. Like, when I had my son, that's what made me want to do better in life.
How old were you?
I was like a fresh 18. I was literally like 18 turning 19. So my son's birthday is 6 days away from mine. So Found out I was having him like 3 months after graduating, 4 months after graduating, and then the next year you know how babies work.
Yeah.
But then like my first daughter, she made me like want to do better. Like she made me want more from life. And then my youngest child, like she really showed me like what love and gentleness is like. Cause with my first daughter, oh man, I was overly rough. I got videos like she tough as nails. My youngest baby, she's a monster. She different, but she's soft. Like she's such a cry baby. Her feelings get hurt, and it melt my heart. Like
So do it like, are they all by the same mom?
so my son got his own mom.
Okay, but the 2 girls are. Okay, so like, do their how they act, like their personalities change, like since your daughters are about the same mom, or they're totally different?
Yeah, so it's like they're both overly energetic.
Okay.
They're both super bossy, but one like my oldest daughter, she rugged. Like my youngest daughter, she want to be in control, but you could tell like she still tries her best to, and it's not that she tries because she don't know. She's like a super soft little girl.
Aww.
Like,
You want any more?
man, I used to want like 10 kids.
Ooh.
I'm not opposed to it. I want a big family, but
Okay.
if it don't happen, I ain't tripping off of it because I don't know how I would divide my heart between, like, if I had more daughters, it would be too hard.
Oh man. Oh, I only have one. So I would probably take, I don't know. See, I'm a girl, so being pregnant be crazy. I had a good pregnancy though, so I'm just complaining for no reason. But I don't know. I would be cool with one more girl and a son. But
I don't want them. I love y'all. I never wanted girls.
What?
I never knew how to be soft. So that was like one of the most, and even still now I don't know how to, but that was one of the most challenging things ever. Like, and I'm able to be gentle and delicate a little bit with my daughters. Not a little bit, a lot of bit. But like expressing emotions or I never knew how to do that growing up.
So how do you like keep separate, like not keep separate, but like how do you take from how you grow up and you implement it into how you're a parent?
Man, I grew up a little differently. So it's like being 22 and 24 years old, not knowing how to cope with my emotions as a man because that wasn't ideal, because crying wasn't cool and things like that. Or like I used to get, this is a fact, I used to get whooped. At one specific time in my life, I got whooped every day before school for whatever I was about to go to school and do.
So but you was bad?
I mean, I was bad as hell. Like, my parents didn't abuse me. I was bad as hell. We're going to clear that up. But I don't think that they realized y'all starting my morning off like this is contributing to it as well. So when my son do stuff, because my son's 8 years old, before I put my hands on him, like, and yes, if my kids need punished, they get punished. But like, I'll talk to my kids to get an understanding before I ever whoop them. And if we got to have an hour conversation before you be like, all right, Dad, I understand. We're going to do that. Because I don't want you to think that I'm just whooping you to whoop you. Nah. Like, I want you to know, like, it's consequences for every action.
It is.
Because when I would get whooped, then I would go outside and I would, like, put my hands on other kids.
And because you already done got whooped for it, why not just go out and...
Listen, y'all we're going to do what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, like, would you say, like... that kind of like damaged you growing up? Like how do you deal with like your emotions now as an adult? Like
I'm still figuring it out.
Okay.
It's a work in progress because like, you gotta know yourself, and it's kind of hard to know yourself when you never really knew yourself. So like I try to stay away from places or people who aggravate me or I know are gonna upset me. I try my best to not yell because yelling don't do nothing for me. And if I see that a conversation just not working or I know it's not worth it, I just avoid it.
So how are you like relationship wise, female wise, like with what you do. Let me add that in for him. With your lifestyle.
So I've been told that I'm nonchalant. I've been told before, money doesn't show that you love me. That should be funny. Because it's like I'm not spending my money on anything that I don't care about.
Okay.
But I know like it's certain areas where I slack at that I could be better at, because this era, and maybe it's been like this, I don't know, but like women like surprises. My whole life, everything has been straightforward. Like even down to Christmas, my dad would bring the Toys R Us book, the Target book, Walmart book in the house, and he'd be like, "Yo, circle 10 things in each book, and whatever you circle, that's what you get." So when it comes to being creative and things like that, like I don't know how to put my brain to work to be like, oh, this is how I want to surprise somebody. I can pay somebody to put it together, but
but don't you feel like social media is like that could be like like you could hop on TikTok and just be like,
I don't get on TikTok.
Instagram, romantic things to do for my girlfriend. You got a girlfriend? Hey now.
I keep my private life separate from my public life. Yeah, I got somebody special in my life. But so like for real, man, I'm one of them people like I would hate to try to surprise somebody with something and they don't like it. Cause I don't really like rejection. Like I don't like rejection one bit. So I'd rather send you the money or be like, yo, put this Fashion Nova card together or yeah, listen. And if that ain't enough, then I don't know what to tell you, baby. I'm working 16 hours. I'm talking to 80 people a day. I'm dealing with 10 employees a day. It's a lot.
It really just depends on who you deal with. Yeah.
It's certain things, like I said, where like I'm not with the whole checking in stuff.
Okay.
So
why?
I don't just feeling like I'm answering to somebody.
It's not even that. From my perspective, I'm just telling you some quick advice. Like, it don't even gotta be no check-in type shit all the time. Like, just for somebody to know that you thinking about them. I feel like you might be thinking, and I don't know for sure, but you may be thinking about it in the wrong way. Maybe she just want to know that you thinking about her. Just want to know that.
I mean, I'll call you. Or I'll text you, or you could call me. The problem is my communication shot too, because I work so much. Like I work off of my phone. I don't have nothing to separate it. But also,
you only have one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, like another problem, like I said, I'm private. I don't care to put my relationship life on social media, and sometimes that's a conflict too, which I don't get. It's like most people who posting their relationships on social media ain't happy.
I feel like I just got to do with cheating. Like personally, like. People be like, oh, you're hiding me because you don't want other people to know, and you hiding me from the world because you got other things to tie to. Wow, that might not be your issue. That could be,
That's trauma
the reason
that you gotta heal from.
Ooh.
How many people posting their significant others and still cheating? Like, I'm not even going. Me and my brother was out to eat, and he gonna vouch this. And if y'all clip this up, he gonna share this. Me and bro was out to eat 2 days ago. And it's me, him, his daughter. And I'm not going to tell y'all exactly where the young lady was sitting at in the restaurant with her boyfriend. But she ended up texting, bro, like, you looking awfully nice while you sitting in here with her dude. So it's kind of like, I don't really care to be posted because I don't want to look crazy. Like, oh, this bro that's really in his bag. And you out here getting slammed by a nigga that can't get you a 4 for 4.
It's a gamble.
Like, I'm just... The reason why I don't care to do the whole social media thing is because I know people are petty. And once you start to show certain things, people start to feel like they can target things that's attached to you. My social media is really business. Like, I do lifestyle marketing. So when you go in there and you looking at my life, this is who I am, this is how I am, but I'm not really showing you everything that I'm doing.
Okay. So my last little topic, little segment I always do is like my songs of the week, what I'm listening to and stuff like that. But before I hop into that, you make your own music. So I just want to hear about like how you make your music, or what is your music, or like what type of music. Why don't you post your music? So,
man, this is so many questions.
I know, sorry.
Nah, it's cool. The type of music that I make music about my real life.
Okay.
Anything that I'm talking about, I'm really doing all I really did.
So you not making no twerk music. You making
No. So this is the crazy part about music, right? People who can make the most simplest songs are the most creative. I don't know how to turn my brain off or to dumb it down. Like sometimes my music is overcomplicated. It's like super complex.
But see, that's I don't 100%. I mean, it could be, but sometimes that's what people be needing. Like Kendrick Lamar, he ain't always like or ever. I ain't never twerked to a Kendrick Lamar song. Actually, maybe. Nah, he ain't in Problem. Is he? Nah, that's Drake. I'm tweaking. But anyways, he talks about real life, and different things like that. So I love that, because I feel like everybody in the world is looking for somebody to relate to, whether it's face to face or it's somebody on the media or music or anything like that. So I'm just saying that to say, like, your music might really,
Oh no, so that's the thing. Like where I'm at right now, I'm so focused on building my entrepreneur brand. Like I've been in the studio. I got some heat cooking up.
Okay.
But I've been so focused on building that up. So once that gets to autopilot, I can focus on really taking my music to where it need to go. Because what they don't talk about when you trying to do music, like it costs to be a rapper.
Hell yeah.
Like if I'm talking about money, y'all gonna want to see the jewelry, y'all gonna want to see the foreign cars and all that.
But you already know. You could fund anything. You could fund your rap career.
But that's why right now it's like, let me push this exactly to how I need to be. So once I really start funding my music career, the business side is fully on autopilot.
So that's good though. Like that's good that you have like yourself like a plan, and it's in the making. You said the person that we know, a mutual, we talked about earlier. I know you want him to hop on some. Shit in the stew.
Yeah, so bro keep telling me like, nigga, you ain't got no bars for real. And it's only crazy because like that's been my friend since like 3rd grade.
For real.
He ain't got to hear none of the new stuff. Like everybody else I could email it to and everything. But even he'd be like, yo, bro, you need to get it uploaded on a kiosk. And I'm like, nigga, I don't know how to do that.
Look, you can send it to me and I'll let you. I mean, you send it to me and I could play it for him if you want it.
Oh, nah, yeah, because listen, I told bro, he talking about he want rap when he come home. We can get a 12-hour session.
Yeah, I said I wanted to come. Can I come?
For sure. I'm gonna let bro have. I'm gonna fuck him up in there. And we gonna play this. Boy, I'm gonna fuck you up in there. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna be in there like. So when I talk about music, I usually talk about like what I'm listening. So like, what's a song that you've been listening to hard throughout the week?
Man, my stuff be so all over the place. Like
me too.
It's hard to give you just a song.
It's
like because
it ain't nothing on repeat.
Nah, cause ain't nothing new out that's fire. So like, I've been listening to like old Jeezy and old Rick Ross.
Okay.
And just in my bag, like working. Like one of
so
my
that
favorite
puts you
songs,
in your mode.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs is Rick Ross, Tears of Joy.
Okay. Rick Ross is crazy, but
so it's like just the certain things that he be talking about and understand why I'm working towards. It's like I can relate to the direction that he headed in,
and I love listening to artists I can relate to.
That's what it's all about, because music creates the perfect persona of how you're feeling. So like I even listen to white music. Like I told y'all, I love Adele.
Oh my God, me too. Sapphire is your favorite?
No, my favorite song by her is called Love Song. So listen, y'all gotta tune in.
I love that. I think my favorite Adele song is my first Adele song I've ever heard, and it's Chasing Pavement. She ate when she
heard that. When I leave here, I'm gonna turn on.
Look that Chasing Pavements. That's a real good Adele song. I'm gonna even get at the song of the week because that's a real good song.
That's the song of the week.
Yes, I love Chasing Pavements. I'm gonna listen to it too after this. And then my Nicki song of the week, because Nicki Minaj is like one of my favorite artists. And hey, don't no Nicki shame on this podcast. Just put your hands up. Listen. Yep, freeze. Okay. But It's blazing with her and Kanye West because she ate at the beginning. She was like, how could it be? Little me had the power to be the best beat in the league. And I'm like, damn, she hopped on this bitch.
What she said?
She hopped. She said,
Go ahead, run her verse.
hold on.
Run her verse.
How could it be? Little me had the power to be the best beat in the league. Yeah, never looked at you. Could it be? Little me, you was heckling the neat by this man I neat on the regular league. Let's go. Hey. And then she go into it deep. But I had to spit the fast one because she ate. I was like, damn. And Kanye ate. I like Kanye West too. Old Kanye West.
Yeah, old Kanye hard.
New Kanye.
I've been off that new Mozzie heavy though.
Okay. Do you listen to like Columbus rappers or anything?
I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no.
Okay.
So, I did used to run a studio, and I did had the blessing of recording a lot of our local talent.
That's what's up. Would you ever go back to doing that?
No.
Oh shit. Okay.
No. I'm gonna be honest. Like it was more BS than it was good stuff. Like, and for me, I started understanding like how much my time was worth. So when I'm in a studio for 12 hours, even though they making some stuff that might be good, it's 12 hours, like $300 or $600 for 12 hours of sitting in one place ain't it for me.
Yeah, and they be doing drugs, drinking.
That don't bother me. Be yourself. When you around me, don't get
bother
on
me.
social media and be like, oh, I gotta hold up this image, because I was still doing my different stuff while I was recording people in the studio, but it was just obnoxious. Like, niggas would be in there high sleep, and I gotta sit in here for 12 hours with you sleep. It's more like I'm babysitting.
Yeah.
Like,
but you was making cheese though.
It wasn't really no real money.
Okay.
Like I made. I'm not gonna tell y'all how much I made, but like I done made a cool bag in 30 minutes sitting in my room. Like, so where I'm at now, it's like I love music, and I wish that our city would come together more.
Hell yeah.
So we could, because we got a lot of talent here that's not known about. And if we could come together and really push each other, we could have our own movement.
Hell yeah. I mean, like how Manny is. Like,
that's
he really,
dog.
yeah. Shout out to you, Manny. Yeah, shout out to you. You doing your thing. I seen you at the BET Awards. Yeah, okay.
That's like my real friend.
Yeah.
So, like, people like him, I done got to record Manny. I got songs with Manny. Like, I can call Manny and really sit and yabba with him.
Yep.
And it's beautiful because me and him both transitioned at the same time. Like, went to church, got baptized together the same day.
Oh, that goes back to believing in God.
Both start going up immediately, and he doing his thing. Like, every time I talk to him, bro, like, he know how proud of him I am on camera, off camera.
Oh, so I'm proud of you too, dude. You go to church?
Yeah, I go to church.
I know that's right. Well, shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming on here, sharing your story, sharing your knowledge. You can come back anytime.
Oh yeah, so look, see, we're gonna run a part 2, right? Part 2 gonna be a little different.
Okay.
Where I'm gonna write up some questions.
Oh, y'all, I've been waiting for somebody to ask.
Hey, Ma.
Hey, okay.
Nah, man, it was a pleasure being here. For y'all, for people just sitting there and they're like, yo, how can I better my life, or, you know, connect with him in any way, shape, or form? Follow me on Instagram, amob_go crazy. You could click the link in my bio. Book a free consultation if you know you want to just talk about anything business related. If you want to hold real conversation with me, it's gonna cost you $200 for 30 minutes, and I don't care what you talk about then, because I'm gonna hold that conversation with you. But
hey, that's
keep being
lit. That's lit. Yes. Stay high.